Hello, I'm Pete Labrie. This is my morning video, my daily video, for Thursday, July 30, 2020. And today is the Sacrifice Feast in Turkey. It commemorates the story about the prophet Abraham, who showed obedience to God by agreeing to sacrifice his son. God sent him a ram instead to be sacrificed. The sacred feast comes 70 days after the Ramadan feast. According to some beliefs, it is unlucky to get married or start a new business in the period between these two holidays. In commemoration of this intervention, an animal, usually a sheep, is sacrificed and divided into 3 parts. 1 part for the poor and needy, 1 part for the home, and 1 for relatives. And there's lots of chanting. Takbar, which is Allah is great. Allah is greater than everything. Now, on this day in history, in 1619, the House of Burgesses in Virginia forms. It's America's first elective governing body. Governor George Yearly arrives in Virginia from England, announces the Virginia Company has voted to abolish martial law and create a legislative assembly, known as the General Assembly. This is the first legislative assembly in the American colonies. The General Assembly first met on July 30 in 1619 in the church in Jamestown, with the Governor Yearly, the council, and 22 burgesses, representing 11 plantations or settlements. Burgesses were elected representatives, were elected by the owners of the plantations. After that happened, the other colonies wanted to do something similar and have elected legislature. In 1915, President Eisenhower signs "In God We Trust" into law. On July 30th, 1956, 2 years after pushing to have the phrase "under God" inserted into the Pledge of Allegiance, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signs a law officially declaring "In God We Trust" to be the nation's official motto. The law also mandated that be put on our paper currency. It had already been on all the U.S. coinage since the Civil War. In 1956, U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson signs amendments to the Social Security Act. Of 1935, that established Medicare and Medicaid, a health insurance program for elderly Americans, at a bill signing ceremony. The bill signing ceremony, which took place at Truman Library in Missouri, former President Harry Truman enrolled as Medicare's first beneficiary and received the first Medicare card. Today's Bible verse of the day: do you know that you are God's temple, that God's Spirit dwells within you? First letter to the Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 16. Now some quotes. If liberty and equality, as in thought by some, are chiefly to be found in democracy, they will be best attained when all persons alike share in government to the utmost. That was Aristotle. Democracy is worth dying for because it's the most honorable form of government ever devised by man. Ronald Reagan. And that's it for my morning video, my daily video at all. I'd like to thank anybody who has watched this video and who will be watching this video. I appreciate it. This is Pete Labrie.